Delete, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. A knock on the door at the presidential palace in Ouagadougou. An envoy steps inside. She is holding a letter. It is a direct personal invite from Chad's leader, Mahamat Dabi, addressed straight to our all the savior, the protector, Captain Ibrahim Traore. The official reason given to the public is a meeting about water. But on the streets, nobody is talking about water. Right now, the internet is buzzing, comment sections are exploding, and regular citizens are asking a massive question. People are angry. Supporters are deeply worried. Everyone is demanding to know why on earth should our all the savior, the protector, Captain Ibrahim Traore step foot in Chad. We all know what Chad represents. We know exactly who they stand with. For years, while Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger fought side by side to kick out foreign military forces and take back their true freedom, Chad did the exact opposite. They kept their doors wide open to the same old colonial networks. They remain a central hub for Western strategic operations in the region. So, when an invite like this suddenly lands on the decks of Captain Ibrahim Traore, it doesn't look like simple diplomacy. To the people on the front line, it looks like a trap. It looks like a calculated move to pull a revolutionary leader out of his safe zone, get him behind closed doors, and try to force a compromise. Is this a diplomatic ambush? Is Chad trying to play the peacekeeper for outside interests? Or is the government in N'Djamena simply realizing they are completely isolated in a rapid transforming Africa? Let's dig deep into the facts because the public is highly suspicious and they have every right to be. Look at the massive gap between the part of Burkina Faso and Chad. Under Captain Ibrahim Traore are all the savior, Burkina Faso has become absolute symbol of a new, fancily independent Africa consciousness. Traore did not come to power to play nice with foreign masters. He came with a clear, uncompromising mission: reclaim national sovereignty, defend the borders, and build a nation that relies purely on its own strength and its own people. Together with Mali and Niger, Burkina Faso formed the Alliance of Sahel States, AES.
Do you think Captain Ibrahim Traore should go and attend this meeting? Because millions of people in Burkina Faso and millions of people across the African continent are saying that he should not go and attend this meeting because they might betray him, they might trap him, they might unalive him because French troops are in that country. Now, Captain Ibrahim Traore has been officially invited by the president of Chad, Idrissa Déby, to go and attend the African Water Forum in Chad, which is going to take place this month, July, on the 15th to on the 16th of July, which means 1 or 2 days. Now, millions of people are saying that, why did he invite Captain Ibrahim Traore to be specific? Is it because of he is popular in Africa, or is it because of he just want to do something to Captain Ibrahim Traore? Remember, Chad was also one of the countries that talked about kicking the French forces out. In fact, they went ahead to sign some deal with France so that France can remove their soldiers. But after a year, for some reason, the president of Chad, Ismail, decided that he is going to work with France again, which means that to bring the French army back to his country. That one, the leaders in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they see that one as a betrayal. Countries like France that are working so hard to make sure that African countries cannot develop, that is one of the reasons they were kicked out from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Now, Chad want to invite them back again after kicking them out. So because of that reason, so many people are saying that the president of Chad is being compromised and is working with France. In fact, if Captain Ibrahim Traoré should go to Chad, maybe there will be French troops who are standing just behind him or the place where this meeting is going to take place. We never know. Now, let me know in the comments, do you think that Captain Ibrahim Traoré should go and attend this meeting through this invitation of the president of Chad? Yes or no? Comment below, please.
They broke away from the old regional bloc called ECOWAS. They tore up unfair agreements and they explicitly cut ties with old colonial influences. For millions of young people across the continent, Traoré represents the raw truth of liberation. Now look at Chad. President Mahamat Idris Deby in Tony leads a government that many critics see as a direct continuation of the old guard status quo. For decades, Chad has maintained incredibly deep military and political ties with Western powers, specifically France. Even as the frontline states of the Sahel states told foreign troops to pack up their bags and leave, Chad kept hosting them. Because of this, public opinion across the region views the Chadian leadership with extreme suspicion. They are seen as a tool for external interests rather than a genuine partner in the revolutionary Pan-African movement. This stark contrast is exactly why this invitation is causing so much panic and anger. The main fear among Pan-African supporters is that this trip is a setup. History shows us that whenever a revolutionary leader leaves their home soil to meet with governments heavily aligned with external powers, like what happened to Dr. Nkrumah, things go wrong. There are immediate worries about physical security, but the diplomatic danger is just as real. Will Traoré face immense pressure behind closed doors to slow down his separation from Western networks? Will this forum be used by the mainstream media to create false narratives that the AES is ready to back down from its hardline stance on sovereignty? The questions are getting louder every single hour. People want to know what Chad's true motives are. Why is Chad suddenly reaching out to Burkina Faso, Niger, with such high profile personal diplomacy? One major theory is that Chad is feeling completely left behind. As Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger build a tight, unified, and powerful front right across the heart of the Sahel, Chad finds itself geographically and politically cut off from the region's current transformation. By hosting an event on a universal, non-political topic like water, Chad might be attempting to position itself as a bridge. They want to look like the mature peacekeeper, trying to regain their lost influence as a regional heavyweight by bringing a revolutionary leader to their table. But we cannot completely ignore the practical side of this dilemma. Water scarcity is not a minor issue in the Sahel. It is a brutal matter of daily survival. The region faces severe environmental degradation, expanding deserts, and a shrinking water supply that directly fuels local conflicts over land. Tea groups frequently exploit this poverty and lack of resources to recruit desperate young people. From a purely practical standpoint, Burkina Faso needs long-term, structural solutions to water management to stabilize its rural tea groups. If the forum in N'Djamena actually offers real, actionable regional cooperation on resource management, it becomes a very difficult thing for any leader to reject out of hand. This leaves Captain Ibrahim Traore walking incredibly delicate tightrope. If he refuses the invitation completely, his adversaries will instantly weaponize it. Mainstream media and external critics will paint him as ideologically stubborn. They will claim that the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, is isolationist, radical, and completely unwilling to engage in basic dialogue, even on humanitarian and environmental issues that affect regular suffering citizens. On the flip side, if he accepts the invitation and physically travels to N'Djamena, he risks upsetting his core base of supporters who deeply distrust the Chadian leadership or political system. They don't want to see their leader shaking hands with a government they view as a puppet of foreign powers. So, what is the play here? If all in all Captain Ibrahim Traore does decide to attend, it will not be compromise or to fit in. Captain Ibrahim Traore has a reputation for using international platforms to speak hard and comfortably truth directly to power. If he steps into Chad, he has the ultimate opportunity to bring the raw frontline narrative straight into their homes. He can look them in the eye and state clearly that environmental security can never be separated from political and economic sovereignty. He can use their own microphone to argue that foreign military bases and external interference have never solved Africans' problems, whether those problems are tea groups' activities, water scarcity. Instead of being trapped by the diplomacy of the old guard, he has the power to completely flip the script and project the uncompromising voice of the AES directly into a space that has been controlled by foreign interests for decades. The immense suspense surrounding this decision shows you exactly how high the stakes are right now. Every single move made by the leaders of the Sahel Alliance, AES, is heavily scrutinized because they carry the weight, the dreams, and the hopes of an entire generation that wants a clean, permanent break from the past and have total freedom. Whether our all-in-all Captain Ibrahim Traore chooses to send a high-level delegation to represent Burkina Faso from a distance, or whether he decides to step onto the tarmac in N'Djamena, himself to face the music head on. The core message cannot be diluted. The coming days will show us how this diplomatic chess match unfolds. Will this invitation turn into unnecessary risk that compromises the movement, or will it become a bold, aggressive expansion of the fight for true African sovereignty? If you are new here, you are welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the notification and select all. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.